Talk about the DA and the project I'm engaged with. It's a DA that says, let all South Africans come together. I think that dream of Nelson Mandela, where when you sit down and you say, could black, white, Indian and colored come together and work together for the emancipation of all South Africans, that's the project I'm engaged with. My project is to say, whether you are black or you are white, you must recognize that it's black people who are left behind, and therefore we must work hard to address that injustice. It is that project that says that we must place South Africa above any other thing. So I can't speak for my predecessors. I can speak for the project that I'm engaged with today and the actions we've taken today. And the prospective project that the DA is engaged with says we will always work for a non-racial South Africa. We will always work for the emancipation of all. And that for me, certainly, I think you can't fault me on that. I've been consistently fighting this issue and saying I will not put up with anyone who wants to mobilize on racism. I will not put up with anybody who seeks to ignore the bigger racial inequality in our society. And ultimately, my work and my job is to build a South Africa that is prosperous, that is inclusive, that is for all. That is the project that Mmusi Maimane is engaged with, and that's the project that DA is engaged with. He claims that Nelson Mandela is not a member of the ANC. I think what we should never forget is the fact that he was the first democratically elected president of South Africa. A pillar with which all of us look at non-racialism through. A pillar with which we can all, as human beings, say that out of suffering, out of the ashes of apartheid, a new nation can arise. I think that transcends politics. I think that rises above any petty political point scoring. It says to us at a time such as this one, we ought to reflect on a great hero. And I've called these elections far more significant just beyond just the local government elections. They're about South Africa. So when we stand up and we say, are we going to live up to the legacy of Nelson Mandela? That's the question. And the advert seeks to communicate simply that. It says, are we going to live up to the legacy of Nelson Mandela? Or are we going to undermine it by whatever, corruption, by whatever, stealing from the poor, whatever? The question before all of us is whether we are advancing the project of Nelson Mandela. So I don't see anything wrong with that. I think that it's an ideal to which we must pursue. We must say to ourselves, here was somebody who showed us the way, let's pursue it.